Imagine waking up to your phone buzzing with messenger notifications, and not just any notifications, conversations with leads asking genuine questions about working with you or your methodology. People actually respond when you reply. Well, this is what happened when our client, let's call her Rachel, switched from passive lead magnets to using what we called the fast funnel ad campaign. And over the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through how she went from getting 100 silent leads per week with her lead magnets to getting daily conversations that booked calls. And I'm going to show you exactly how she did it so you can experience the same change in your business. Now, if you want to try this approach for yourself, complete with the ad strategies that you can copy, paste, and record and set up, drop the word FAST below and I'll send you the simple walkthrough that shows you how to set this up in less than 30 minutes. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Daniel Barrows, co-founder of Tina Sanford Video Ads. As a family business, we've helped coaches and service providers to take lead lists that they've not been able to turn into clients and use ad strategies to get more booked calls without changing the offers or using increased ad spend. And all we really need to do in this case is change how that first interaction with your leads will happen. But here's where Rachel was 6 months ago. She had a lead magnet that used to work really well. She prepared a free guide, it was genuinely valuable, and she was spending around £800 per month on ads and generating about 120 leads a month. So on paper, everything looked fine, even in 2025, 2026, but what her inbox looked like was empty. She'd send each of her leads the welcome email, 20 people would open it. Follow-up emails she'd send 2 days later and maybe 10 people would open that one. And by the third email, she was lucky 5 people even saw it. And as for actual responses, she'd maybe get 2 to 3 replies per week from the 120 leads she was bringing in and following up with. That's about a 2% response rate. She told us that she felt she was shouting into the void. Everyone was downloading her guide, but then there was complete silence. So she started questioning everything. It might have been that her value was good enough, she was asking us if her emails were boring or if her offer was not compelling. The problem we've discovered wasn't any of these things. With her lead magnet, what happened was she was building an audience of passive consumers, not active participants. People were coming for the free resource. And once they got instant access, they figured that, well, there's no really need to have another conversation, because they had the resource that would solve their problem. So what she was doing to try and fix this was writing more emails and better emails. She was adjusting the subject lines, she was adding more value in each of her messages, longer nurture sequence to nurture a relationship, but here's why that approach wasn't working. No amount of better emails was going to fix a structural problem where people were deciding they already had the solution. When someone downloads your freebie and immediately gets access, their brain registers this interaction as complete. So that's like trying to follow up with someone who bought something from a vending machine. They thought they got what they wanted. So here's what the fast funnel does instead, and I'm going to explain it in 3 steps. The first step is the fast funnel offers a free resource if you comment below the ad campaign instead of asking for someone's name and email and phone number. Now, at first thought, you might think, oh my goodness, I'm not going to get their contact information. But the way we do this is simple. Instead of getting their contact information for email or phone, where we attempt to later start a conversation, we tell them we will send them the resource in Messenger, which gets us their contact information on Messenger. Not contact per se, but you can message them back and forth. And that way you're able to contact them and you get the Messenger conversation started immediately. We found 40% of people would start a conversation with this approach, which is far higher than 2%. The second thing we did was we took her lead magnet. So with that approach in place, we actually took a lead magnet and all we needed to do was create ads that offered the lead magnet and then told people to drop a line below. So we restructured the ad itself to, instead of sending people to a form where many people would not even opt into the form, we got them to comment below. That's our way of saying it is drop a line below, which is more in line with the platform, but that's like a little technical thing you can add in. And the third change we made we started to test more of these. So what Rachel was doing is she was testing only one guide, and there was a guide that she already had created. And we did this in reverse order. Rachel is an expert in what she teaches, so what we did was we figured out what 5 resources she could create that would be valuable. We created an ad for each of them, and then when we found the one ad that people was truly asking for, that's when we created the resource to send to people. So we let the function get her, we basically tested the ads a lot faster by doing function over form. Now you can approach this in any way you like. You can use resources that you've already created, or you can decide to create them later and fulfill the promise when someone is messaging you. But I'll tell you one thing. This approach works really well with our messenger process. Now, we all know that bringing leads in is only valuable if you can get actual booked calls off the other end. So if you would like our messenger process that gets 5 to 6% of all the people you start conversations with to book a call, drop a line below and I'll share it with you. Thank you for watching my video.